I will get started. All right, 3, 2, 1, we're gone. Welcome back. We're in excitement here. This is Rob Rowan. I'm on my own for a short while at this quad rugby tournament, Demolition Derby, and Germany with the ball. The score is 15-10. They're down by 5 against a tough Texas team here. And Germany is Andre the Hammer Leonard. Look at him. He goes over. And he called timeout as he was going over. What a good call there. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was a nice little spinning turnover, as they say. But the ball, he kept a hold of the ball, so it wasn't a turnover, it was a turnover. Just to bring you up to speed here, Texas has played 2 games already. Yesterday, they beat the University of Arizona by 22 points, and they beat the British Bulldogs by 12. So they're unbeaten in this tournament. Lakeshore also has had its way with Germany, when Germany lost by 10 points, but Germany came back and beat the Sharp Edge by 2. So Germany was 1-1 against a 2-0 team, and against a tough Texas 2-0 team. But Germany's got such great talent, as we were talking with Bob Mohano, so just exciting thing. Throw it in to Oliver to Andre, and that's a point for Germany. So with 7 minutes and 23 seconds left in this period, we have a 4-point game, and Mark Zupan is off to the races. Oliver goes to block, but Mark Zupan is just too fast. 16-11. Ball is in Germany to Oliver. We've seen a lot of that today. Oliver trying to get going. He's got a lot of people, a lot of low pointers around him. Gets it to Andre. Andre, the Hammer, is headed up, but there's a couple of people blocking him. Now he's surrounded. Back to Oliver. Oliver throws it to Jorg, and Jorg scores. So, see a pattern of the way this game goes. One way it's Zupan and Shimmerkower running down one way, and on the other way it's Oliver trying to find somebody, free up, and get the ball over. And we are watching this on xable.com. I'm Rob Rowan, the voice of Xable Sports. Mark Zupan looking for an opening, just patient as anything. Dribbles, doesn't forget, sees a hole, does he do it? No, fakes in, waits for Noam Laita to seal that door, and there he is. I can see that time and time again. As Coach Gumby says, Noam Laita makes Mark Zupan look good. And this other comment Coach Gumby said was, he said 4 Norms would make a great team. I would like to see that, but that would be, but I think what he was trying to say is that the perseverance, the intensity, and what the Norm brings to a game, you cannot ask for anything else. Scott Hogshead has got them penalized there, and they're not going to do anything drastic here. Oliver in traffic. Hogshead on the side here on penalty. No reaching in. Hear him yelling out. Pass, score. 17-13. Hogshead says inbound. He didn't want to be stuck on the sideline, so he's going to take the ball in. They're trying to block Mark Zupan in. Got Oliver one side, Jorg on the other, but Mark gets clear. Hogshead trying to give him room on one way. He's working. He's got plenty of time. Shimmerkower with a block, and here it is. Mark's off to the races. There ain't nothing you can do with that. He never forgets to dribble, takes his time. Setting his men up to try to block who they're going to block. And he scores. Pushed in by Oliver. 3.0 classification, the Octopus. He's only six arms short of being a full octopus, but man, the guy has a long reach. And the pass to Andre, and a hit. Oh, what a nice hit. Shimmerkower came in there trying to knock that ball free, but couldn't reach it back. That was was great to have Bob Lujano joining me earlier. Bob Lujano, one of the great two-pointers in the game. Plays like a three-pointer, plays intense. Does so much for Lakeshore, does so much for all sorts of athletics, but also the U.S. team. So there's some pressure on Mark. He's just waiting. There he's looking for the hole. Hogsett sets it, and he scores. There's not a lot you could do with that. 19-14. They haven't made too many mistakes here. Texas is just, look at that coverage on Oliver. They just keep trying to make him work. Oh, the ball pass to George. George got it. A hit. Andre pass, and he scores. We're seeing some great action here. Inbounds, Baumlader. He passes in. It looks like Germany's setting up a key defense. Zupan with the ball, looking for a hole. You can see everybody's trying to set him up. Shimokawa, he set up a door for him. But Mark works, and he found a hole that nobody saw. 20-15, 5 points with 4 minutes and 28 seconds in the half. And you're here at some exciting things brought to you by X-Able Sports. Oh, look at that. Looks like we have a little discrepancy here. And we're giving the point to ball is coming in. It's a turnover against Germany. And a little bit of frustration from the German team. Yeah, with the ball. Ryder trying to give him a little hole there. Mark just keeps on going and he scores! 21-15. Those turnovers are incredibly hard to come back from. Germany under a lot of frustration. Look at this. They're locking in Oliver. Oliver sees nobody available. Keeps getting hit. The pass. Nice pass there. The two. Pass to Oliver. To George. And that's a score. 21-16. 4 minutes left in the half. I want to thank the X-Able crew here that's flew in today with me from Tampa. This is our second game. If you're watching this and enjoying it, make sure you catch all our past stuff that we've had. We've had the Knock and Roll tournament. We've had the 2 games of the Tampa Chronoplast tournament, the final 2 games of that, which were exciting, Division 2. And here we are for the second game of this. We'll be covering more great action on Court 1. 22-16, lots of pressure. Timeout called by Germany. The time on the clock. Boy, that was close. Did they get it in time? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. Germany got that timeout with it. 3:28. Oh, okay. So Germany didn't get the timeout, and they got a penalty on top of it on number 5, Peter Schreiner. That's another turnover there. And there goes Mark Zupan for an easy score. He's just rattles his way in. Very confident. And using up the clock. The clock's on their side. And he's looking to see what everybody in position to block in Oliver, whatever. 15 seconds on the time clock. He's hoping somebody will come over and hit him. And there he goes. He's going to score. 23-16. Any second now. There it is. Locked in wheels here. Scott Hogsett, Peter Schreiner locked in. Get some pressure here. Try to make another turnover. Long pass. Oliver, can he pull it in? Yes, he does. And an easy score. That was a beautiful pass by George. 23-17, 6 points to them. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left at the Lakeshore Foundation's beautiful courts. This is the Demolition Derby. We've seen a little bit of demolition, not a lot, but there's still time for more of that, especially as the demolition crew comes over from Lakeshore to actually play the next game. Marks with lots of time left. He's just kind of waiting. And there's a hole. Oh, it's just closed in. He tries to block his way in, takes it out. He's got 14 left. Looking for Shimakawa. Looking for help. 6th time, did he call timeout? I think they do. Well, that was a good use of timeout by Texas. That's their first one. And here's Kevin Orr. Kevin, you going to join me for a little bit of this?
For about 2 minutes or so, getting ready for our game coming up here against Great Britain.
Well, great, glad to have you here. So it looks like it's a fantastic tournament that's shaping up.
Things are going well. Very competitive games all the way across. All 12 teams here, very strong, and it's great to have X-Able here for the Demolition Derby.
We're glad to come. Wish the weather was a little warmer, but we'll see about tomorrow, right?
This certainly is in sunny Florida.
We saw a great, exciting ending of the New Zealand-Canada game, the first Canada team, and that one came down to double overtime, and I think people kind of wondered which way that was going to head.
Well, the Kiwis certainly had revenge on their mind from the Oceania Championships, and you have 2 of the top 3 teams in the world really fighting it out. Really, that's what this tournament is about, bringing that high-level play here, playing against several of the U.S. club teams. It's just dynamically across the board, very high competition.
So far, the U.S. club teams are doing very well.
As expected, I suppose. Portland brought in Chance Sumner here. And they're going to be very hard to beat. We play them at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah.
Texas certainly is a team to beat. They have a little question mark, a little flu going around on their team with Coach Gumbert, and I believe Scott Hogshead has been there. He's still pushing pretty well, but those are some variables that may pay off, play themselves out later here in the tournament.
That was a nice score by Germany. Not all their scores have been that easy, I will say that much.
Well, Andre Leonard is a very strong 2. Just trying to get some better support from the other German players when we played them in pool play. He's consistently been one of their top players over the past 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I know that you guys you took them by 10 points. I don't know how close the game actually was, but
we were able to use our bench and substitute on a pretty consistent basis against them. Once we had a lead, we were able to build off our lead and get our bench in. This tournament really is a game of attrition. Having 7 games over the course of 3 days at this high a competition, as often as teams can go to their bench and use their bench, it's going to be pretty important for the rest of them.
Ooh, nice hit there by Mark Japan. The score, we've seen some back and forth. Oh, did they give him the point?
I believe that's one of the reasons why Germany falls into the keys, so they can make sure that they stay fresh throughout the tournament.
Yeah. 25-19. And there is, yes, they did, and the score 26-19. 7 points with 54 seconds. The time now is probably maybe 2 possessions. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you guys have a big game next with playing the Lions. Joe Soares is coaching that team. But look at this. If they can knock him out, calls a timeout. He was in danger there. He was in danger. He knew that he better get rid of the ball or call a timeout. They were getting ready to ram him over, weren't they?
He was about to fall out of bounds there, and then Texas would have had last possession to give them yet another advantage in this game.
So it looks like you've gotten everything you wanted out of this, and you've been working hard organizing this too, which is another whole part of putting together a tournament.
Absolutely. Being the tournament director, coaching the Lakeshore team, we've had great support here from Lakeshore Foundation and the staff here at Lakeshore Foundation. The teams are really cooperative as well. You know, that's one of the other good things about this. There's not a lot of complaining back and forth amongst the teams. I think several years ago we'd get some of that, and really the sport has become a lot cleaner. It's competitive. Probably be a little closer to able-bodied rugby, as I've said before. You want to go out and beat each other's brains in on the court, but then when it comes time off the court, everyone's pretty social and cordial to one another these days.
Saley in. He thought he had an opening, and a turnover. With 20 seconds left, that's enough time for Texas to score. They brought in, I think they brought Saley in. They thought that he would be able to, help with his speed, but he didn't, wasn't able to get that pass to his man. So let's see what happens.
Well, he's still developing his experience at the international level. He's been playing for a short period of time. This is, I believe, his third year. So this is valuable for Germany to get him some quality minutes in this type of tournament. And really, that's the future for Germany. Is Sully actually brings some speed and some different dynamics than what they've had in the past.
Right, I agree with you on that. It's a good point. 27-19. With 2 seconds, I think that's going to be the end of the half. 8-point difference. But I know there's a lot you're doing behind the scenes to make this all work, and I think everybody in the sport appreciates it. Last year there wasn't a demolition derby, it looked like, so it's glad to have it back because it's a big tournament, and you do so much for it. And thanks for coming over and joining me. I don't know if you could stay with us, but if not, at least to join us for a few minutes is great.
I'll be back. I need to get our team ready for Great Britain. Playing against the Joe Soros coach team will be, there will be a little bit more strategy involved. He'll be probably playing a little bit more ball control and looking to do some things like that. So we look forward to that game, and it's always fun to play against Great Britain. I mean, their national program, again, they're a top 5 program in the world, and they split their program, so it gives them, I think, a little advantage going into Paralympics.
That sounds good. Yeah, everybody gets some strength. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, for coming over here. It's Rob Rowan. It's the end of the half, and we'll be back in it shortly for the second half of this great game. Thank you. Rob Rowan, xable.com.